So my name is Lassi Hurskainen, and I work at EIP Center in Lahti, Finland. EIP Center is a regional authority in EIP projects. We work with regional innovation groups and in Häme region, and also with national innovation groups in Finland. First group started in Finland about 10 years ago, and our role now for the first time is to organize a synchronized call, international call, together with colleagues from Estonia and Latvia, and of course with our Finnish colleagues from Ministry and Finnish Food Authority and Rural Network. This is the content of my presentation. I will explain shortly what are EIP Agri operational groups, what kind of cooperation is possible in this international call, and a few slides about preparing a transnational project application, roadmap for transnational cooperation, and some tips about what makes a successful transnational cooperation project. First of all, national legislation differs between participating countries, and that's why in this presentation I will not go into details regarding, for example, public funding shares, eligible costs, selection criteria, and that kind of issues. More detailed guidance on these can be asked from the contact person in your own country. I know that many applicants who are here today already have experience with national or regional innovation groups, and this experience is relevant also for this international call. So you know your own country's national legislation already. In this call, each country, Finland, Estonia, and Latvia, are independently responsible for selecting the projects to be funded and making the grant decisions. Of course, we have cooperation between authorities in these countries and networks working together also. We have a shared goal for this application round, of course. Yeah, my presentation today is fairly general. So today's aim, or this aim of this presentation, is to offer an overview of the framework of this call. So what are EIP Agri operational groups? Operational group consists of the need for a group of farmers to seek a solution to an identified challenge related to primary agricultural or forestry production, which may lead to a new innovation or operating model. This is the basic idea of operational group. Also in national and international projects. Group members, operational group members are farmers, forest owners, and experts. There are some examples on the slide which experts may be needed, but these are only examples listed here. So what matters the most is what the project actually requires or needs. So there might be a need for group members who have expertise in areas like business development or product innovation. And when you are looking for partners to the group, it's often useful to include that kind of expertise, which is also needed after the project has ended. Every member of the operational group should have an active role in the development work. It is not a steering group of the project, but it's rather a kind of hands-on working group. Everyone involved should actually make things happen in practice also. Yeah, the support from group may be granted to public corporation or private community. There are some examples listed here. The starting point of a group can be very different in the different operational groups. Sometimes the applicants already have an idea what kind of innovation the group will start or continue to develop. Or the group has just identified a common challenge in primary production and starts working together to find a solution. So what kind of cooperation is possible and why participate? At first, transnational cooperation must give added value to the project. Something that is not possible to do at national or regional level. EIP project may involve international cooperation, or it may be entirely international. So a project with an international component, and examples seen here on this slide, or an entirely international project. Then why participate? Projects benefit from shared expertise, innovative solutions, and broader impact, of course. And cooperation enables learning from other EU countries and building new partnerships. I noticed that we have some participants from other countries than Finland, Estonia, and Latvia today, and there might be some way to involve in these projects, even if the country is not part of this synchronized call. Experts from countries outside this synchronized call may contribute to project as an expert. In Finnish legislation, it is said that necessary and reasonable costs related to international cooperation, including expenses incurred from inviting external expert to events organized by the Finnish body or are eligible. But this is only Finnish legislation. If you want to ask some expert from other country, always check this if it's possible based on your national legislation. Then preparation phase. So building a successful transnational EIP project requires time, coordination, and careful planning. So it's useful to start as early as possible. Describe your project idea and find partners or join an existing network. Contact and utilize the support of networks and create an cooperation offer. Today we will have another presentation about support of networks. Then identify potential partners, participate in events, and respond to cooperation offers. Find out what kinds of solutions are emerging elsewhere to the problem to be solved in your project. And it is sometimes useful to do some kind of market analysis, what kind of solutions are being developed elsewhere, like in other projects or companies working with commercial products. And also remember to explain in the project plan how your solutions in the project stands out from these other solutions. It may be also useful to find out what kind of market there should be for the solution or innovation created in the project. Then planning phase. Get to know partners and agree on project content. Create detailed project description and roles of partners. Ensure eligibility and understand application requirements also in your own country. Ensure that all parties understand and take into account also the timelines, even if the calls are synchronized. So exact dates are not set yet, but they will be set. Already mentioned this national funding procedures, but contact the network coordinator and national authorities of your own country. Then application phase. Agree on objectives, actions, and indicators. Clearly present partnership structure and responsibilities. Define joint and national actions. Budget and resource planning. Each participating country finances projects within the limits of its available budget and national legislation. Communication strategy. Results and benefits should be shared widely across the EU. It's the basic idea of these operational groups. Then cooperation agreement. There should be agreed about responsibilities of the project and the roles and responsibilities of each participating partners. During this application phase, it can be a letter of intent or cooperation agreement that comes into effect if funding is awarded. But in any case, the agreement should be in place before the project activities get started. So more detailed requirements can be seen in the MEDC website. In addition, agreements with partners in your own country may be necessary. So these agreements comply with national practices, and they are quite the same as they are in regional or national project, at least in Finland. Each party must submit their application for funding separately via the national application system for European Agricultural Fund for Rural Development. And applications are evaluated and scored based on each country's selection criteria. So this is our roadmap. Today we are in number 2 online info session. Next meeting is in Tartu, Estonia. Calls will be open during November and December this year, but these official dates will be set later. And evaluation of application is between January and May. So what makes a successful transnational cooperation project? This is a kind of summary of my presentation. So describe your project idea and find partners or join existing network, contact and utilize the support of national networks. Find out current available solutions on the market, how your solution will produce added value compared to these previous solutions. Establish a common goal and measures with your partners. Develop a project plan and agreements in cooperation with partners. Check also national legislation and timetables. Contact and utilize national authorities also. Clear project concept supporting set goals. Pay special attention to identifying the needs of primary producers. Right partners with shared vision, similar challenges, and clearly defined roles. Concrete joint actions, not just exchange of information or basic research, and create active contacts with potential partners for further development of innovation. Yeah, this is my last slide, and here are the contact persons in each country. So thank you for listening.
Thank you, Lassi. Is there any questions? Currently on the chat, there isn't any, but now this is really a chance for you to ask if there is something that you're not completely sure. So please either raise your hand and ask a question or write it to the chat. So we have reserved also some time now for questions and answers. So if I think at least Konstantin was saying that there might be some issues that have raised questions already. So this is also a possibility for you to ask. So there is now one question. Only partners from Latvia, Estonia, and Finland can take part, or also from other countries? Do you, Lassi, want to repeat what you mentioned already during the presentation?
Yeah, this synchronized call is for these 3 countries, but experts can participate these projects if it at least in Finnish legislation has this possibility, and maybe Konstantin and Edgars can give information what is the situation in your country.
Yeah, we have practically the same situation. The experts outside outside Estonia and Finland and Latvia can be easily involved in everyday activities which are connected with the development of the innovations. But in that case, it will be not how to say evaluated as a transnational cooperation. EIP operation group is just a national one with the assistance of experts outside Estonia. So under the transnational cooperation projects, first of all, we are imagining the real cooperation projects between EIP operation groups. One is situated in Estonia, another one is situated in Finland, the third one situated in Latvia, or 2 operation groups are situated in Finland or in Latvia, one in Estonia. They are making a cooperation agreement between each other. They're sharing they are sharing between each other the necessary activities. For example, when we're talking about the food safety issue or topic, for example, the one part is how to say successfully will be implemented in Finland, another part in Estonia. There will be some kind of joint dissemination plan. Estonian EIP operation groups disseminate results, the Finnish ones, the joint events, so-called consortium meetings. So, yeah, that is the philosophy of EIP transnational cooperation projects.
Yeah, and of course, if you already have contacts for some other country, so yeah, you may continue the discussion that what kind of legislation they have in that country for EIP projects, and if they also allow transnational cooperation in EIP projects, then it is just to discuss that can they also apply funding from their national call and include the transnational cooperation part. So I think it's just a little bit more work for if you have partners from some other country than Latvia, Estonia, or Finland. But yeah, it's doable if in that country they also have the legislation allowing it. But yeah, I've been in some meetings, and if you are in that situation, for example, from Finland, then yeah, you can contact me and then we can also discuss more. You were saying something.
And also with the involvement of the external experts outside the three countries, it's also possible to have on board the person or expert outside the European Union one as well. For example, for the United States or Australia. But in your applications, you need to clearly took it out why this person as an expert has been involved in that project because of some specific expertise, specific knowledge, or specific maybe innovation solutions that they have been developed in the United States or Australia.
Any other questions? You can also open your microphone and ask.
Seems that everything is unclear or everything is clear. There is two options.
Yeah, and of course you can then later come back to us with specific questions. So we are also available later.